President Trump continuing his combative relationship with the press earlier today, and they seem pretty happy to play along.
Aren't you concerned, sir, that you are undermining the people's faith in the First Amendment, freedom of the press in this country, when you call stories you don't like fake news?
That was just one example from the contentious day in the East Room, one that looked nothing like scenes from Mr. Obama's first years in office. Watch this.
On Senator Specter's switch to the Democratic Party, you said you were thrilled. Is the Republican Party in the desperate straits that Arlen Specter seems to think it is?
During these first 100 days, what has surprised you the most about this office, enchanted you the most about serving in this office?
Thank you, Mr. President. You've racked up a lot of wins in the last few weeks. Are you ready to call yourself the comeback kid?
Joining me now, Dana Loesch, the host of Dana on Blaze TV, and Robert Zimmerman, DNC committee member and Democratic strategist. Robert, let me give you the first crack at that.
Okay, let's be clear. You're picking two questions out of a press conference and ignoring the fact that President Obama was just pillared over everything from the Somali pirates raid to the automotive bailout to the debate over how the stimulus money was spent. And Bill Clinton, before him as a Democrat, was absolutely eviscerated by the press over Don't Ask, Don't Tell, over a whole range of his economic package, over a whole range of issues, including the Waco attack by the FBI that had very tragic consequences. Let's be clear. The issue is not about the media. The issue is about who's serving as president. When Donald Trump is called out by Republican leaders in Congress for spreading lies, when he in fact tries to cover up his national security advisor, not disclosing important information to his own vice president, and then President Trump keeps it from the American people, that's really the issue.
I remember the scene in Saturday Night Live when they brought out a pillow and, put it behind him. Said, "Oh, are you more comfortable
now?" That was in the campaign.
It was during the campaign. But the feeling is that there was a much warmer relationship then than there is now, and I'm not sure that that's inaccurate as it was portrayed. Dana, what do you think?
No, Martha, I think you're absolutely right. There was. Let's not forget that the Obama administration was incredibly opaque. Look, the Trump administration, regardless of what people think about how he conducts a press conference or his policies, has been the most transparent presidential administration, period. Even opening up Skype seats, for crying out loud, being accessible on Twitter. We didn't see that from the Obama administration, who weaponized different departments to go after reporters like Neil Monroe, who was lectured at by asking about Fast and Furious, or James Rosen, or Associated Press. I could go on and on. Or Hillary Clinton, who literally herded reporters in rope, Martha. I know you remember those photos, whenever they would go with her to ask her questions on any kind of public event. So
how does that excuse Donald Trump? How does that excuse Donald Trump lying to the media and lying to our country about the fact that his own national security advisor was in repeated conversations with the Russian ambassador?
You said lie. Lying about what?
Lying about the fact his own national security advisor was in conference with the Russian ambassador. That's why.
He was cleared by the FBI.
Let's be clear, it was the media that broke those stories, Dana.
He was cleared by the FBI.
Dana, as long as President Trump wants to turn to
by the FBI.
As a matter of fact, Dana, you're dodging the issue, and you know it.
The fact of the matter is that if he was cleared.
That's not the point. The point is the president didn't disclose it to the people.
Hold on. Go ahead, Robert.
Okay, here's the point. Excuse me, Dana.
Maybe bad, but he didn't lie to the FBI, which would have been illegal.
No, that's not the point. He lied to the American people, which is even as bad, if not worse. The point is, as long as President Trump wants to turn to Pat Robertson's CBC as his source for news, remember Pat Robertson said feminism causes women to turn. Feminism causes women towards witchcraft. As long as Donald Trump wants to look.
I still don't know what lie you're talking about.
I'm talking about the fact.
Robert, you're making no sense.
Let me answer the question.
You sound unhinged. You're not making sense.
Donald Trump, as president, said emphatically that, in fact, his own national security advisor had not.
All right, we got to go.